Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's debate. We are going to hear two contrasting viewpoints on a topic at the core of Christian theology. Our speakers will each have 5 minutes to present their constructives, laying out their arguments in a clear and thoughtful manner. First, we'll hear from Alex, who will speak in favor of the proposition. Following Alex, Jordan will present the opposition's perspective. Let us proceed with respect and an open mind to both sides of the discussion. Speakers, please ensure you adhere to the time limit, as it is essential for a fair and balanced debate. Alex, the floor is yours for your 5-minute constructive speech.
Thank you, moderator, and good evening, esteemed audience and fellow debater. I stand before you as a proponent of Christian theology, which at its heart contains a message of profound love, moral goodness, and hope for humanity. Christianity is not merely a religion, but a relationship with God that transcends the boundaries of time and human understanding. It proposes a worldview that gives life intrinsic value and purpose. Central to its theology is the belief in a just and loving God, who manifests through Jesus Christ and offers redemption and reconciliation to all humankind. The essence of Christian doctrine revolves around the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Not only is this underpinned by historical accounts and textual evidence within the New Testament, but it is also affirmed by centuries of scholarship and tradition. It is through Jesus' teachings and sacrifice that we learn the depth of God's love and the pathway to eternal life. Moreover, Christianity fosters a community that upholds compassion, selflessness, and service to others, values that have contributed to the betterment of societies throughout history. In the realm of morality, Christian ethics offer a solid foundation for determining right from wrong. The Ten Commandments, Sermon on the Mount, and the Great Commandments to love God and love one's neighbor as oneself provide a moral compass that has proven timeless. Christianity teaches that every person is made in the image of God, which serves as a powerful incentive to treat each other with dignity and respect. Moreover, the transformative power of Christian faith has been witnessed in the lives of countless individuals. It has provided strength in times of suffering, guidance in moments of uncertainty, and solace in the face of despair. Its message transcends cultural and national boundaries, uniting people across the globe in a common quest for truth, love, and spiritual fulfillment. Finally, Christian theology gives an answer to the deep questions of existence: our origin, purpose, morality, and destiny. It provides a coherent framework for understanding our place in the universe and inspires us to live our lives with direction and hope. In conclusion, the broad and positive impact of Christianity on individuals and societies is undeniable. It encourages us to live out the highest ethical standards. It comforts us in our darkest hours, and it guides us towards a life of meaning. As such, I stand firmly in favor of a worldview that has and continues to inspire goodness and transformative change, both in the hearts of individuals and the fabric of communities globally. Thank you.
I appreciate the opportunity to share a contrasting viewpoint. While my counterpart has eloquently detailed the positives attributed to Christian theology, my stance challenges the notion that these positives are either unique to or derive solely from Christianity. Ethics and moral values, for instance, predate Christianity and are found in numerous other cultures and religions, suggesting a humanistic origin rather than a divine one. Morality evolves with our understanding of human well-being, not from immutable divine commands. We must question if doctrines that do not adapt to new moral understandings serve our society well. The supernatural claims of Christianity, like the resurrection, lack empirical evidence and rely heavily on faith instead of verifiable truth. Historically, similar claims of miracles and divine interventions are found throughout various religions, challenging the exclusive truth claims of Christianity. An open, critical examination of historical accounts reveals inconsistencies and alterations, casting doubt on their reliability as evidence. Moreover, Christianity, like other ideologies, has a history of being used to justify harmful actions. Colonialism, repression of minorities, and resistance to scientific advancement, as though possessing absolute truth. I argue for a worldview informed by reason, evidence, and compassion for all, that is adaptable to the continuous advancement of human knowledge and societal changes. a worldview that avoids division based on religious affiliation and strives for inclusivity and universal human rights. While Christianity has undeniably influenced many to perform good acts, we must also recognize that good acts are no monopoly of the religious. Secular communities around the world engage in acts of charity and compassion without the premise of religious faith. We need a robust moral framework that supports these good works without reliance on the supernatural. In closing, my challenge to Christian theology is not a challenge to individual believers, nor a diminishing of their experiences and contributions. Rather, it is an invitation to look beyond religious boundaries and embrace a shared humanity grounded in empathy, reason, and universal ethics, a foundation upon which we can all stand together, regardless of individual beliefs. Thank you.
We have now concluded the constructive speeches segment of our debate, and it's time to move into the cross-examination round. This is the chance for each speaker to directly question the other on points raised during their presentations. We will begin with Jordan, the opponent, who will conduct the cross-examination of Alex, asking clarifying questions to challenge or better understand Alex's position on the topic. As a reminder to our speakers, please keep your questions concise and to the point, and answers should be similarly succinct. Alex, please prepare to respond to Jordan's inquiries. Jordan, you may begin your cross-examination.
Alex, could you elaborate on how you reconcile the historical accounts of the Bible, such as miracles and resurrection, with modern understanding of science and empirical evidence? And how would you address the moral stances within Christian theology that seem to conflict with contemporary human rights issues?
Thank you for your questions, Jordan. Regarding the reconciliation of biblical accounts with modern science, Christianity advocates for a complementary relationship between faith and reason. The miracles and the resurrection of Jesus are matters of faith, certainly, but they are not devoid of historical grounding. Miracles are understood as signs of God's intervention, and the resurrection as a unique event that signifies the divine nature of Christ. While science provides a methodology for understanding the natural world, the claims of Christianity concern supernatural events that, by definition, fall outside the scope of empirical science. Faith and science serve different purposes and answer different questions about our existence. As for the moral stances within Christian theology, it is imperative to interpret Scripture within its historical context and the core principles of love, justice, and redemption that Jesus taught. Christianity, I believe, is a living tradition capable of growth and adaptation. For instance, views on slavery have dramatically changed since biblical times, thanks to a more profound understanding of the inherent value of all people. When encountered with contemporary human rights issues, the teachings of Christianity inspire us to advocate for the dignity and worth of every individual. Thus, while some interpretations of Christian ethics have been at odds with modern human rights, the core message of Christianity calls us to champion those very rights and to treat everyone with the respect that being made in the image of God entails.
Alex, now that you have addressed Jordan's questions, it is your turn to question him. Please focus on aspects of their presentation that you would like more information on, or where you believe your perspective challenges theirs. Ask your questions succinctly and allow Jordan the opportunity to provide their explanation or defense. Jordan, please be prepared to respond. Alex, what is your question for your opponent?
Jordan, you mentioned that ethics and moral values predate Christianity and are not unique to the religion. While I do not dispute the existence of morality outside of Christianity, could you explain how, in your view, these humanistic principles are grounded? If they are not based on a divine lawgiver, what ensures their objectivity? And without a transcendental anchor, how can we as a society navigate the varied and often conflicting moral claims encountered in global discourse?
Your question touches on the heart of a significant philosophical debate, the grounding of ethics and morality. From my perspective, humanistic principles are grounded in human well-being and the shared experiences of conscious beings. Rather than requiring a divine lawgiver, these principles arise from our evolutionary history as social animals, where cooperation, altruism, and reciprocal behavior have been beneficial to our survival and flourishing. They are further refined through reasoning, empathetic consideration, and the continuous striving for a society that maximizes happiness and minimizes suffering. The objectivity in this context comes not from a transcendental source, but from the real consequences of our actions on sentient beings. Ethical frameworks such as consequentialism, deontological ethics, and virtue ethics can be debated and applied based on their outcomes in reality, leading to objective assessments of what practices contribute to or detract from human flourishing. Consensus on moral issues is reached through dialogue, reason, and scientific understanding of the effects our behaviors have on ourselves and others. When navigating conflicting moral claims, we look to principles such as autonomy, harm reduction, fairness, and compassion. While no system is perfect, a secular moral landscape allows for flexibility and adaptability as our knowledge and understanding of the world grow. It does not bind us to the moral perspectives of past ages, but rather encourages ongoing moral progress and the cultivation of a global community that seeks to improve the human condition in tangible, measurable ways.
As we enter the final phase of today's debate, I invite both speakers to present their closing arguments. This is an opportunity to encapsulate your key points, address any remaining contentions, and leave the audience with your perspective's most compelling case. We will start with Alex, followed by Jordan. Each speaker will have 3 minutes for their closing statement. Please be concise and direct, wrapping up your position effectively. Alex, please approach the podium for your closing argument.
Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for this insightful and respectful dialogue. In closing, I wish to emphasize the unique contribution of Christianity to the world of ethics, values, and hope. While it is true that moral principles can exist outside of religious traditions, Christianity provides a coherent and accessible framework that amplifies these principles through the narrative of a just and loving God whose love was ultimately embodied in the life and work of Jesus Christ. The Christian message doesn't diminish the role of reason or ignore the progress of human understanding, but rather it enriches our moral vision by placing it within a larger story of redemption and restoration. It speaks not only to individual behavior, but also to the transformation of societies and calls us to a higher standard of love and service that extends beyond our innate capabilities. Throughout history, Christian faith has motivated individuals to champion causes like the abolition of slavery, civil rights, healthcare, education, and various philanthropic endeavors. This historical impact shows that faith can be a driver for positive social change, complementing humanistic efforts. The rationality of our faith rests not in empirical proof, but in the existential assurance it provides to millions who experience its truth through changed lives, restored hope, and the profound sense of purpose it imparts. Christian theology offers a transformative and life-affirming message that has continually adapted and evolved to meet the needs of each generation without losing its core imperative to love and serve others. In an uncertain world, the teachings of Christianity offer certainty of love, hope, and redemption. I invite all, regardless of their beliefs, to consider the positive implications of this worldview and how it can continue to shape humanity for the better, emphasizing our common values and aspirations. The enduring legacy and adaptability of Christianity's message underscore its relevance and necessity in today's world. Thank you for your thoughtful engagement in today's discourse.
The proposition my colleague has presented is undeniably well-intentioned, yet it must be scrutinized through a lens that separates sentiment from evidence. The claim that Christianity offers unique moral guidance and hope to humanity hinges on the acceptance of supernatural events and divine authority, which are not substantiated by empirical evidence. While Christianity has indeed played a role in shaping moral and social frameworks, it is not the sole proprietor of moral insight or altruistic behavior. Human ethics and cooperative behavior existed long before Christianity and are found in cultural and religious traditions across the world. Compassion, justice, and service are universal values not confined to any single worldview. More importantly, human morality is adaptable and responsive to our growing understanding of what constitutes human well-being. We must also address the darker chapters of history influenced by Christian doctrine, chapters which have included persecution, inquisitions, and hindrances to scientific and social progress. A belief system that doesn't critically reassess its stances in light of new knowledge and human rights can contribute to harm as much as it does to healing. True moral guidance must be inclusive, promoting a harmonious society that does not discriminate based on religious belief and consistently reflects our evolving moral landscape. In conclusion, it is essential to foster a global community empowered by reason, grounded in empathy, and committed to continual ethical refinement. We can find meaning and purpose in our shared humanity and work collaboratively to improve the human condition for all, irrespective of faith or creed. Let us seek constructive, universally accessible pathways that support ethical development without the constraints of dogma and myth.
Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of what has been an enlightening and thought-provoking debate. I'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you to both of our speakers, Alex and Jordan, for their articulate and respectful presentations, as well as to our audience for your attentive participation. Your presence and engagement today have been integral to the success of this discourse. As we wrap up, we invite viewers to reflect on the perspectives shared here today. Whether you find yourself leaning towards one viewpoint or another, or somewhere in between, we hope this debate has offered you valuable insights and a deeper understanding of the complexity of the issues discussed. If you found this dialogue enriching and would like to contribute to the ongoing conversation, please leave your comments below. We welcome your thoughts and questions. Additionally, if you enjoyed this debate, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more discussions. Your support helps us to continue bringing meaningful content to you. Once again, thank you to everyone involved, and we look forward to seeing you at our next event. Have a wonderful day.